Okay, so I got some cool things here to show you. Just some random stuff that kind of showed over the last couple of days. I've actually been ordering a lot of random stuff lately. I guess not random. Like, there's a method to my madness, but it's just kind of all going to show up at random times and seem very random, if that makes sense. Yes? Sorry, my dog is bothering me here. Are you going to come in the door or not? Thank you. Okay, bye. Dogs. If you have dogs, you know what I'm talking about. Want your attention 24/7. Anyways, so first thing I found this at Target today. Randomly went into Target on clearance. Says $17.50 right there if you see the sticker. But this is something I always do. When I find something in Target's clearance section, I take it over to the clearance section out of there, and I take it over to a scanner. And the scanner will sometimes ring up at a lower price. So I scanned this, and it was 11, or not 11, 10.59. So I got this for like $11.50 or something like that for Bruce Springsteen Greatest Hits on Vinyl. You know, back in when I was in high school, I'm 22 in May, so to put this into perspective, I think it must have been like 16, 17, kind of my later years of high school, but I went through a really big Bruce Springsteen phase because I saw this movie. I heard a couple Bruce Springsteen songs in my life before then, but never really knew his name or kind of what he was about. And I saw this movie, Blinded by the Light. Was really much a teenage rebellion phase of like people of this kid. It's based on a true story. This guy went to a lot of Bruce Springsteen concerts, big fan, and he ended up being inspired to become a writer because of Bruce Springsteen, follow his dreams, and he was being really much oppressed by his family's religious style. Well, being a teenager who was going through a very rebellious time in my life, and still kind of am in some ways with my parents' ideologies. You know, I not to get too personal, but basically I was going through that, and I found this movie at the right time, right place, and you know, I discovered how beautiful Bruce Springsteen's lyrics really are. At least his, you know, a lot of his really good songs, and I discovered how much I was a fan, and that movie inspired me, became one of my favorite movies for a little bit. It's a movie I have over there somewhere. I don't really watch it that often, but I keep because of its meaning and purpose in my time of life. You know, I was also going through a time with my parents where, you know, I was not religious, and I knew that deep down, but for years of my life I was kind of made to go to church, told to do certain things, and it never really felt right. And over time I grew out of that, and it became a big thing, and it was a very frustrating time in my life. And that movie helped me through that dark time in my life, along with Bruce Springsteen's music. And so that's why, if you were to ask me now, Bruce Springsteen is still my top 5 favorite musicians, just because I think that's some really powerful stuff to think about. But yeah, this is a Target exclusive one with the little orange vinyls. But look at that cool, all those cool pictures there. Bruce Springsteen. There's some track listings there. The lyrics. Of course, I know all these lyrics very deeply. You got some notes here. I'm not going to read any of that to you, but just want to show you that. And then you got some more pictures, more lyrics here. And then, is this one a red too? Yeah, this one's red. I'm not, for my vinyl collectors in the audience here, do you actually buy more vinyls because of the Target exclusive vinyl thing? Because I know so many, like, normal vinyls you can get anywhere else. They're like, well, it's exclusive because the vinyl's this color. Does that actually make them more collectible? Because I really don't think it does. Yeah, so the reason this was on clearance, if you can see that, is like a big tear here, but not like in it enough that it touched the records, it's damaged. It just looks kind of like, oh, it got a little mangled in the plastic or whatever. Or some kid touched it, who knows, but whatever. But yeah, you know, you got Born to Run, Thunder Road, that's one of my favorites right there. The River, another one of my favorites. Badlands, Hungry Heart, Dancing in the Dark, Born in the USA, classic right there. My Hometown, Glory Days, Brilliant, Disguise, Human Touch, Better Days, Streets of Philadelphia. Like, just classic songs all the way down this set right here. So this is one I was going to get at some point, but yeah. Target, always check their clearance for vinyls because you can really find some incredible stuff. I think obviously it does vary to location, and it's very random. It's not like they had a ton of Bruce Springsteen vinyls in there, just the one, and it happened to be there, and I was there, and I went over, snatched it up, picked it up, went home, end of story, And that's really the thing there is, like, you gotta do that, Now this one, I'm pulling off the sticker right now. Sometimes when I'm near Target, out and about, there's a Ross next door. I'll go in. I don't usually go in, but sometimes I like to go in because I know sometimes they'll get in Star Wars Black Series and Funko Pops, But lately, there'll be like people, I found this at my Ross on social media, and I never find that kind of stuff. I find very generic ones that are like that's going to be at my Five Below in like a week, so I don't really care. But this one, I've never seen this one at Five Below. I love this character. This is my favorite Marvel character, by the way. I think my top 3 is Miss Marvel, probably Daredevil, and then Spider-Man. That sounds about right. But number 1 is Miss Marvel. And found this Hot Topic exclusive that's glow in the dark. From the Marvels. I've never seen this at Hot Topic, and I don't go in there a whole lot, but I do go in there from time to time. Never saw this one. $5 was the right price for this one. I love the Marvels. I'm not going to be ashamed to admit that. I like this movie quite a bit. I really liked it. It's not perfect. I get why some people don't like its flaws, but just as someone who loves this character specifically, I got a lot out of this movie. And she stole the show. And so, yeah. This is probably one of the better Miss Marvel pops they made from this movie anyways. Even out of her show, I think a lot of her Miss Marvel figures from her show were not very good. Like, I don't think I have any from the show except for the Amazon exclusive. Just because out of all the ones they made from that show, I was like, I like that one the best, so I went for it. And even now, I'm like, but I got it when it was $5, so it doesn't really matter. But here's the glow-in-the-dark bits right there. I have a pro tip. I've been seeing YouTubers do this. They just get a black light, and they shine it over the Funko Pop, kind of show the glow off. I'm not going to do that for you here, but if you want to see that, there's places you can find that. But, yeah, I have like a movie moment with Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel, all those 3 characters in that movie, and then I just have a random Amazon exclusive from the show. So it's nice to actually have a proper, really cool looking Miss Marvel, not just kind of some of the lamer ones. The movie moment one's really cool. Like, even I was kind of thinking about getting rid of it just because I'm not a huge Captain Marvel fan, but I can't because I just love how that thing looks. Like, let me let me show you where that thing is. Right. See it there. I mean, look at that. That's pretty sick. They're all powering up right there. Pretty cool stuff. Love that one. Got that at Target a while back. And, kind of pricey. I noticed the movie moments, when they're now exclusive to Target, they're like $40. And that one was like, yikes. But I bought it because I really was excited about the movie when it seemed like no one else was. So, I'm not even a big Marvel guy, and, I got excited for the Marvels. What does that say about Marvel fans? I don't know. Last thing I got here, I pre-ordered this off of Amazon. This I pre-ordered this from Warner Archive off of Amazon because I really am kind of wondering what's going on with Looney Tunes from Warner Brothers, in the sense that a few years ago, Warner Brothers announced, they didn't announce, I guess some fan asked someone at Warner Archive, hey, do you have any plans for any Looney Tunes home media releases from you guys? And he's like, no. And so it got people scared. And then they started doing this Collector's Choice line, and they're at Volume 4, so clearly they sold really well. And so I'm glad people were supporting, but I've been kind of scared that, eventually Warner Brothers might start releasing Looney Tunes stuff. Just because the way the company at large has been acting with Looney Tunes stuff. I mean, there's a Looney Tune movies, The Day the Earth Blew Up, that comes out literally like 25 days from now. And there's not even a full trailer out. There's only a teaser trailer that came out 2 months ago. There's no marketing push for that movie. And that's where we're at, you know what I'm saying? I will be reviewing that, and yeah, so I don't know. And anytime Hanna-Barbera does classic animation, I want to get it from Warner Archive. I didn't get Wait Till the Family Comes Home, which was another Warner Archive release that came out as part of the if you don't know, Warner Archive does a slate of, hey, here's what we're coming out with, and all of it comes out at the end of the month. And so that one got delayed, or it didn't get delayed. I didn't get mainly because it was $40. It's like that's a little pricey for me, so I didn't bother. I'll get it at some point, just on a sale. And there's a couple other things from the site that I thought was cool. I've heard that movie Just Friends with Ryan Reynolds was pretty cool. I haven't got it, but I wanted this to show my love for Looney Tunes, and I actually have nostalgia for this one. Basically, back in the day, my parents had a... What the hell was that? I don't know, someone else will deal with it. Had the... we had this on DVD. I think it was a $5 Walmart DVD. And my brothers and sisters kept running this thing in our car DVD player. I don't know why. I think it was just our only DVD that we had in the car for whatever reason, and we just kept running it, and it was really irritating. After I got very annoyed by this movie. Now I'm curious to watch it. I haven't watched this in a long time, and I'm gonna review this in preparation for the Day the Earth Blew Up Looney Tunes thing, which is perfect because it's a movie that mainly stars Daffy Duck and Porky Pig. Also, if you don't know what this movie is, because I don't feel like there might be some people in my audience who don't know what this is. Essentially, back in the day, Looney Tunes would put movies in theaters. And they weren't real movies. What they would do is they would take already finished shorts that fit kind of a theme. And they would take those shorts and they would animate segments to cut in between them to kind of make a narrative. So like for this one, Daffy Duck is running a business that hunts ghosts, and that's kind of the wraparound segments to kind of make it a movie. But mainly it's just classic Looney Tunes shorts as a movie. And it actually really works. This one is not one of the better ones. I'm curious why they released this one first. It's not even the first one. This is one of the worst ones because basically Mel Blanc was getting really old. And so you can hear that all the voices in this one, they don't quite match up with the other shorts, because the other shorts were made like decades ago, or like even 5 years ago, some of them. And the new segments were made closer to this movie being released, and you can hear how bad Mel Blanc sounds. I mean, what year did this one come out? I'm trying to see. Does it have a year? 1988, Space Jam. I forget what year Space Jam came. It might have been 93, 95, somewhere in there. Anyways, Space Jam, had to get new voice actors for Looney Tunes because Mel Blanc had died. And it was clear at this point, like, he was getting ready to pass. And it was very unfortunate. He's still good voice actor, but he definitely sounds off in this one. But still worth getting. This is like $23 and some change with tax and everything. So it does actually include some Looney Tunes shorts on here. None that haven't been on other collections. I'll let you pause that and read that in case you're curious. But it's mainly the Warner Archives releases are very bare bones. It's usually just the movie, which is great because some of these movies only get Warner Archive DVDs. Some of them will never get Blu-rays. Ones like this, first time on Blu-ray. No one else will ever release it. So. And I believe this is actually out of print on DVD right now. I think I tried to get this on DVD recently, and you can't get them. So I hope they do the rest of these Looney Tunes compilation movies. But I think I had to take a guess. This is a tie-in to that new Looney Tunes movie coming out. That's why they chose this one first. But it still felt a little bit odd to do this one first. I wish they'd done the other ones. I hope they do. I think if this one sells, they will, but who knows? One of Archive's releases are inconsistent. At one point, they released Teen Titans Season 1 on Blu-ray and never released the rest. And then, like, over a year later, they finally released all the seasons individually. Or you could just pay, like, $50 and get the whole series and the movie all in one set. It's like, okay, well, me who bought Season 1 got rid of that Blu-ray and just bought the complete series set, you know? If you just released those seasons individually, I would have bought them all. But you know what I mean? Like, they do that kind of stuff. Very awkward how they choose to do that. But as a fan, I try to support where I can. But still, sometimes it gets frustrating with how they release things. But this one's pretty cool. Anyways, that was a longer haul video for just 3 items. But it is what it is. Let me know your thoughts. Like, share, and subscribe.